not sure.
Well, we're recording, so it doesn't matter. Here we are again for a Tuesday night discussion. Thank you so much for joining us, Adriano Zoel. Really appreciate you coming out. I know it's super busy season, so everyone is hopefully, working, got a lot of bookings going on. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen, to show up, and to talk about Google reviews and getting customer feedback. So that's our discussion topic for tonight. And I have prepared a little bit of education for you, and then hopefully we'll be able to think about the ways that we get customer feedback and how we can use that to get more bookings and build our social proof, which is very important for the party rental industry. All right. So with that, I'll go ahead and get started. So what I'm pulling from is a really awesome blog that Tariq did on getting more reviews for your party rental business. He has 7 proven strategies to help you get more reviews. And what I'd like to share with you are some of the ways where he and his team have gotten over 700 Google reviews, which is an enormous feat. Those of you in the party rental industry know how challenging it can be to chase after your reviews. And so it's so important to get more bookings and show that social proof to your customers. So it is gold when it comes to getting more bookings. So the first recommendation that he has here is simply to ask. And I know that seems weird that you literally have to remember to ask for reviews. And sometimes it can be a little uncomfortable because I know it's hard to ask people for things or ask them for a favor. But it's really important for each business to be able to do that. So simply requesting a review is really important. And what you want to think about the phrasing, how. How do you want to ask for this review? You want it to be something that someone is willing to do. So consider, hey, we would really greatly appreciate a 5-star review. And the keyword here being 5 stars, keywords there, 5 stars. I would really appreciate your 5-star review. So just keeping that in mind when you're doing your phrasing, right? So don't want to be annoying, don't want to be repetitive, but simply remembering, hey, would really appreciate a 5-star review from you can go a long way, right? So that's strategy number 1, just remembering, doesn't cost anything to just remember to ask. Okay. Secondly, you want to make sure that you set expectations for your customers. Okay. So they should know exactly what to do to give you a review. And I know that sounds weird, like, oh, shouldn't they just know? Like, we write reviews all the time, but it's good for you to know the process of getting a review for your business. And if you can go through it, then you can help your customer also go through it. So taking the time to understand what it is to do to get through your reviews is really important. So a lot of times customers can miss your emails and your text messages, but if you set the expectation early that number 1, you definitely want a review, and number 2, there's going to be a text message, an email asking them about the event, what they thought about it, and asking them for that review. Another cool thing I'm going to throw in here that Tariq doesn't have necessarily here is why not ask them for a cool photo in front of your unit, right? Take the photo for them actually and be like, hey, I would love it if you post this photo with your review. It would be really cool to get that cool photo, family photo, if they're willing to do that. Just make sure that you take the photo or that you're like, oh yeah, that's the best photo to put there. Because obviously you want to have a little bit of control over that, but really cool idea that I saw some other businesses using that I think would benefit the reviews is asking them to add a cool photo of the unit in action for themselves. All right, so we've made it to strategy number 3, and don't worry, I'm going to summarize these as we go here. But strategy number 3 is to send a personalized review request through text and email, right? So double tap there. Some people are checking their email, some people are doing text messages. And so consider again the phrasing that you want to use. So it's really easy to say, oh, party rental business, give me a review, that sort of thing, but consider making it more personalized. And so Tariq has a really great example here. Hey, my name is Tariq. I'm the owner of Bounce My House Party Rentals. I really hope you enjoyed your event. Hey, listen, especially now as a small business, it would mean a lot if you left us a review. So if you could take the time, Here's a link, and any feedback, please let me know. So consider the difference between that and, hey, Bounce My House Party Rentals would really appreciate your feedback. And I'm going to take a second and think about how many businesses, restaurants, everyone just says, hey, write me a review, and it's the business, but it's not really the business. It's you. It's your personal service. So personalizing your messages can make a huge difference, especially if you ask them, set the expectations ahead of time, and then that message comes in, hey, I would really appreciate it if you wrote my family business a review, right? And see what you can get just by doing that. All right. So for those of you counting at home, that's 3. So we're on to number 4. And this is one of my favorite ones. Really love this. Let me just show you really quickly. So strategy number 4, it'll show up here in a second. There we go. Use business cards with a QR code on the back. So remember when I said earlier about making it easy for people to leave you reviews and like knowing the process? Imagine people being able to just scan your business card and leave you a review, and how much easier it would be instead of having to chase them. Hey, like, here's this card, scan it with your phone. Easy, easy to do. And actually, I have the template for this. If you like it, we'll go ahead and add it to this video as well. So that way you can change, obviously, put your logo, put your own QR code, and do that, right? Again, great way to easily say, hey, I would really appreciate it if you leave me a 5-star review. Here's my business card, scan the QR code, and you'll be able to do that for me. That would be great, right? So consider that for strategy number 4, use business cards with a QR code, make it easy for them to leave a review. Okay. So obviously there's a lot more cool stuff in this blog. I'm going through it really quickly. But obviously if you've got questions, great place to comment online for that. Strategy number 5, set goals and incentivize your delivery crew to get reviews. And this is kind of where I wanted to get a little bit of feedback from Zoelle, because she's there on the ground. But just to give you an idea for these things, and this works for a lot of things. We talked about goal setting a few weeks ago, but think about setting goals, not just for your delivery crew. Not everybody has one of those, but for yourself as well. Like this works for husband and wife teams, your son, your daughter, whoever works with you, even yourself. Setting goals and giving yourself incentives, or your delivery crew incentives, can be very, very powerful. So consider with your delivery crew, hey, listen, there's how many deliveries we're doing this week. What do you think is a reasonable goal? What percentage of those do you think we can get 5-star reviews from? So including the people in the process. You're not just going to set a goal and like everybody does it. Include everyone in the process, so that way they can take ownership of the goals. And then once you've set that goal, then they're going to want to fulfill that. And the same goes for you. I know when I have a goal to reach, like I want to reach that goal or exceed it, right? So consider, I want to get 5-star reviews. I want to get 10 5-star reviews, depending on how many deliveries you have this week. Consider, that's the number of reviews. I'm going to work really hard to get those. Okay. When it comes to incentives, everybody's different with what works for them, but specifically for Tariq's delivery crew, they have a leaderboard and a raffle. Okay, love raffles. When the delivery crew member has their name mentioned in a review, then they go into a raffle. So you'll see, if you look at Tariq's reviews, there's a bunch of names in those reviews because there's a competition going on with each of his delivery crew members for how many reviews they can get. That's really cool. And then also they get into a raffle if their names get in there. So imagine the customer service that you can provide or get your team to provide if they have an incentive, if they have a goal to reach with that. So with that, I'll give Zoella a chance to weigh in on that.
Yeah, so pretty much exactly what you had said. So I guess we just recently surpassed over 700. I think we're at 713 Google reviews now. And so our goal prior was to reach 700, and we were only, I want to say we were 12 reviews away. And so, me, Jamila, Tariq, we sat down and we're like, okay, like we want to hit 700 by the end of the week, no later than the end of the weekend. So what Jamila did is she went and she put all of us in a group chat and she sent out a great text that pretty much said, "Hey guys, we're so close to 700 reviews. I want us to crush this by the end of the week. And if we can get there, then we'll have a raffle with some prizes and things like that." So um, that's something that's, I mean, and our guys are super competitive. These are younger guys in high school and college, so they're super competitive. They're I would say it's friendly competitive for sure. But yeah, it seems to motivate them a lot. Like they push really hard to achieve that number, especially when they have an incentive on the line. And like I said, that competitiveness really goes hand in hand with each other because the more competitive they are, the more reviews they're racking up. And so with that too, just like you were mentioning, they do have tallies next to their name too. So we have a big whiteboard in the office. We keep a bunch of important stuff on there. One of them, we have all of the delivery crews' names like listed off. And just like you were saying, every time they get their name mentioned, they'll throw a tally next to their name. Unfortunately, I missed the raffle, so I wasn't able to physically be there to see it. But what I assume happens is, depending on the amount of times or the amount of tallies they have next to their name, that's the amount of tickets that get thrown in there. And so they get a bunch of different incentives like gift cards and things like that. So, and they were super happy with it. They were super motivated, and it feels like their energy is still following through, even though we hit that 700 mark. I think if I can remember correctly, out of 24 events we did last week, we got 11 reviews. And that's insane. Like insane. Like that's almost 50%, which is not a normal week for us. So, but what I think has also helped with that too, just like you were mentioning, the goal setting. So even without having that 700 review mark, what we do every single week, like I mentioned at the last one, is me, Tariq, Jamila, and then usually if I have another delivery crew guy in the office with me, we'll all sit down and have a meeting and we talk about all of our KPIs and all of our goals that we want to hit. And the two that we always set goals for are our reviews and essentially like the dollar amount of sales closed. So every time we look at reviews, we, just like you mentioned, we go and see how many events we're doing this weekend, how many reviews we typically get or what the percentage is, and we go based off of that. I think we might have already exceeded our goal for this week, and we just set the goal yesterday, but there was a review request kicked out, and we got a bunch in. So it's super helpful for that goal setting for sure.
I love it. And that's a perfect transition into number 6. But I want you and Adriano to think about what is the restaurant or the incentive that would motivate you to get more reviews. So just I'm going to give you some time to think about that, but I'm going to come back around because I've got mine in mind. So I'm going to find out yours. But number 6 of the strategies here, thank you so much for that, is automation. Like automating. If you've got inflatable office, you can automate using EventHawk specifically, and you can do an automated request on a weekday, which is nice. Like you don't even have to think about it; it'll automatically go out, and you'll start wondering, why am I getting all these reviews? Because it's automated. It will send out and get those reviews. So automate is strategy number 6 to getting those reviews without necessarily having to remember to follow up and do that. And then the last one here is,
How you do that again?
go ahead.
How you get that? You said inflatable office.
Mhm.
It cut off a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so inflatable office, the information from your inflatable office system will communicate with your EventHawk system, and EventHawk will send out an automated request for review for a 5-star review, and it will do that for you. It's one of the automations that the system has. Do you have your setup, Adriano?
Oh, not too sure. No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. That's definitely something I'm gonna check in on for you. Check Adriano's review request. All right. There we go. All right. So I'm going to check that for you and get back to you tomorrow for sure. All right. But yes, you definitely want to have that automation going out.
Thank you very
once you
much.
get
I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Definitely. Definitely. Because we want to make your life easier, not harder. That's the whole goal. So yeah, so definitely want to have that automated review request. Usually they go out on Tuesdays. So they'll go out at like 10 a.m. CST on Tuesdays. And then people can respond. And sometimes they just need that reminder from the weekend. So they rent on the weekend and then, oh yeah, they asked me for the review. They gave me the information. I still didn't do it, but oh yeah, they're asking me on Tuesday. And then they remember and then they do the review. So I want to know the percentage that respond to that. I think it's a lot. But I think we get quite a few weekday reviews where we're like, okay, great. So really great strategy there. And then last but not least here, we have strategy number 7, which is responding to your review. So whenever I ask, hey, when's the last time you've been on your Google My Business profile? It's always a good answer to say, oh, I was there earlier. I will definitely be going to see it later. But checking to make sure that you have responded to your reviews in a personal way is best. So that way you can encourage more people to review. So people like to be recognized. They like to be acknowledged when they do take the time to review. So yes, you did the delivery. You did excellent customer service and they are recognizing you for that, which is awesome. So giving them just that little acknowledgement to say, hey, like, I saw your review. Thank you so much. It really helps my family business grow when you leave us some reviews, things like that. But just making sure that you explicitly say like, I'm responding to my reviews and maybe even what helps me is my Google Calendar, right? So putting every day, a daily check reviews, having it come to your phone, making sure that you're responding to your reviews regularly and in a personal way can make a huge difference with getting your Google reviews. So just a quick summary of all 7, and then we're going to get to that restaurant incentive there with Adriana and Zoel here. Number 1, ask. Number 2, let customers know that they're going to receive the review request. So set those expectations. 3, send a personalized review request. Oh, I skipped that. Sorry. Business cards, right? Get your business cards with your QR codes. Incentivize your delivery crew to get reviews. Great way to get more. Number 6 is automate. And number 7 is respond to those reviews, right? So set expectations, send those review requests, and then make sure that you're responding to those reviews at the very end, right? But really great strategies. And obviously there's a lot more great information here. But I just sort of gave you the shortened version of that. So I will definitely share the blog so you can read it a little bit more closely. But let's talk about incentives. What kind of incentives would motivate us? So, well, what's your favorite restaurant?
It's a freaking question. I really like Cooper's Hawk. Cooper's Hawk is beautiful. It's a nice little winery place I feel like every single food option I've had from there has been flawless. I love it all. Or one of those like fondue places. Love fondue.
Fancy. I like it. And what was it? Cooper's what? What's the last part of it?
Cooper's Hawk.
Hawk?
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay. All right. That's like a wine place. That's cool. And then fondue. So are you cheese, chocolate, both?
Cheese all the way.
Cheese all the way. Okay, awesome. All right. I love it. What a great way to incentivize. That would definitely get me going. I like that. That's cool. What about you, Adriano? Favorite restaurant that you have?
What? Say it again.
No, that's all right. You do you have a favorite restaurant that you like to go to?
Oh, yeah, I do have a favorite restaurant. It's called Los Sandies. It's in Rhode Island. It's a Peruvian restaurant.
Hmm. Peruvian. What kinds of foods are Peruvian? I'm curious. I've never.
It's South American.
Okay. Okay. All right. I need to be
Yeah.
more worldly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have like a favorite dish that you get there
Let me
that's
see if
really
I can
good?
pop it up. Oh, they got a few dishes that's good over there. A few, not a few, a lot. I just I just choose once probably go out over there. I say twice a month, and I choose. They got this nice steak dish,
Ooh,
seafood. They got a nice seafood platter dish too.
nice. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can I can get the
Yeah,
ad thing, put it in the chat. It's one of the Rhode Island. Give me 1 second here.
that'd be great. So whenever we're in Rhode Island, we can check it out because that sounds awesome. I like trying new foods. I try them, not necessarily. I'm a chicken nuggies person, guys. So like I'm over here, digging my chicken nuggets, but I can appreciate fancy food too. So
Yeah, my son's he's a freak with the chicken nuggets.
there we go.
He loves chicken.
I hate to ask how old he is because then he and I are on the same palate.
Yeah, he's 7.
There we go. Yep, I have the
Uh,
palate of a 7-year-old. Yep.
you ready to eat chicken nuggets and anything else?
Yep, I feel that. You know what? I have the adult fancy ones. Thank you very much. The panko, you get them from Costco. Okay, I have upgraded.
I like to get a good 50-50 mix. I like some chicken nuggies and then when I like the fancy food. I gotta have a good balance of it.
There you go. I like it. That's excellent. So yeah, I like good balance. That's nice. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay, awesome. Well, yeah, Adriana, I hit you up for that link for Lysandi's in Rhode Island because that's really cool. Um, yeah, so let me
Yes.
here. Yeah, yeah. Because that sounds interesting. I love people's different tastes in foods because it can be so different. So Peruvian cuisine is Adriano's go-to. I like it. So two resources that I do want to share with you here, Adriano, and you're more than welcome to. I'll put them in the chat for you. But these two things are uh, things that you can use to get your reviews. So this is actually a really cool lawn sign that they just made. I don't know if they've used it yet. It's brand new. So yeah, I think it's something new. But I'd love to see how well it does and how many reviews result from these. I guess, yeah, you can definitely change the pictures on here, but I kind of like the dog with the party hat. Like I would stop at this sign and be like, what is going on? Because I like dogs, I guess. But I think it's really cute. And you've got
And
the
you say
what's that?
that's something new now. That's on the website.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to share it with you so you can mess around with the template here, Adriano, when you um, go to your next booking. These are lawn signs that Tariq made here, and you just basically you take your QR code, you put it on this sign. I think I mean, you could get them nicely printed, but I feel like you can probably also print them on paper, like, nice. It'll take a lot of color on your printer, but I think you could probably get away with that. But it definitely lists a bunch of events that they've done at Bounce My House. We've got the 700 plus 5-star reviews. Planning a party, grab a coupon. Here's the QR code, and then of course the call or text call to action, if you will. So that's really great there. Here's a different dog. If you're into the bigger dog, surprise dog. I don't know. Which one do you like better, Zoel? They're both cute.
Yeah, I prefer the first one. It took honestly because me and him both collaborated
That
on
one
this
like
one.
wow.
Hmm?
Yeah.
So me and him collaborated on this one, and we had to sort through like a bunch of different photos to pick like the best one because I think we posted the second one on Facebook, and that was like our first draft. And someone had commented like, I don't know, he looks kind of scared, and I was like, and me and Tariq were like second guessing the whole process. So we spent a good amount of time trying to find the right picture. So I'm happy with the little German Shepherd with his little party hat.
I think he's adorable. Very cute. Yeah. I mean, this guy, I mean, you could probably get away with it. I think you could personalize it. Like I want to put my wiener dog and put my little wiener dog and be like, oh, little mascot. But that's what's great about Canva is you can kind of mix and match and make it how you want it to be, right? So there's that. Um, I also like this. This is really cool. Use and safety instructions. So this is kind of cool as a sign. And then there's also the leave the review here QR code. I think you can mix and match and kind of do what works for your business, but how cool to like make a sign and there's a template here in Canva that makes it look really nice. So thank you so much, Zoel and Tariq for putting that together because I think this is really cool. So thank you. Really cool stuff. Love it. The other thing I wanted to share is something from that blog, which is the let's see, the business cards. Exactly, the business card templates. All right. So here is the front of your business card. Obviously, you can change, things around, but it's nice because it makes it into the business card format. And then on the back, QR code, very simple. Your delivery crew today was, and they can write their name in. If it's you, you can put your name in there. But that just gives it a more personal touch by doing that handwritten, hey, let me put my name in for you, that sort of thing. But this is a really nice, easy way to ask for those reviews, right? Okay, lots of great things here that I'm going to share with this particular video. Yeah, so with that, that's what I really wanted to share tonight with Google reviews and getting customer feedback. But I'll kind of open the floor here to Adriana if there's something about Google reviews or that you were looking for in particular or anything you wanted to talk about, then we'll end with that.
No, no, I see that it's more about the Google reviews. It's just like you being on the top of the list in the the areas that you're trying to reach, the milestones, I believe it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, absolutely essential in the party rental industry. I know when I'm Googling places, I am definitely looking at the reviews always. And if the reviews are not what I would like, or there's a lot of complaints, things like that, then I definitely steer clear. So I can't speak for every single human being on the planet, but reviews are there for a reason. And in the party rental industry, I feel like more than anything, they really do matter, right?
Yes, they do.
Mhm. Mhm.
Views is the one that makes the business move.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I was hoping to maybe get a few more perspectives on the negative, like how to respond to the negative reviews. So we're gonna wait for that one because I want to bring this up again in a future discussion. But how do you respond to those negative reviews that people write? Because obviously they can go on your Google My Business profile, they can leave you a review. They don't necessarily always end up with 5 stars. I actually saw something in the group was somebody gave me great feedback and then they only gave me 4 stars. What the heck? So like, so how do we respond to those and what do we do in order to move those up to 5 stars? Like that's definitely a conversation I want to have in the future. But for now, hopefully everybody can start that goal setting, incentivizing now this week. And maybe next Tuesday we can see how many reviews everybody can get. And Adriano, definitely want to get you more bookings so that way you can get those Google reviews, right? Super important for that.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Well, with that, I know we're ending a little bit. We're going to end the live just a little bit early tonight, but I'm more than happy to sort of stick around here because there is a fantastic webinar coming up. It's a website audit with Ziana. She's giving away a free website. Super excited for the lucky person to walk away with that. Our website team is amazing and they have great work. So definitely want you to stick around for that. It's in this Zoom. And then the workshop tomorrow should be super exciting. So look for content for our great, awesome workshop. I'm super excited for Zoel and the whole team over at Bounce My House because that's going to be a really cool thing and never been done before, as far as I know, for Tariq's business. So that's going to be cool.
Yeah, they're not gonna be live, are they?
I doubt they're going to be live, so it'll be a lot of recordings because they're really gonna, there's a class size of people there that they're going to be working with, but we're going to be able to benefit from the video content and also the photos that they're going to take. They have a professional photographer there, along with some other people who I know will be taking videos for us, so that way we can partake in the information they share, so that'll be good. And so if you haven't subscribed to Tariq's channel or the Event Hawk channel, I highly recommend, because that is eventually where all of these things will end up. So super excited for that. All right.
No, I am. I follow him a lot. I'm trying to get a lot of his knowledge over there that he throws out. Trying to pick up off him.
Absolutely. And he gives away so many great things. Like, I've learned so much from reading his blogs, watching his videos, literally every chance you get to talk to Tariq and his crew is a great opportunity to learn and to hopefully grow businesses like that. That is what he does, and he's very successful at it. So thank you so much for
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and stop the live until next Tuesday.